I have something that is definitely put on my heart, mind, thoughts, love, dreams, and aspirations. We'll start this with a good morning, everybody. I have something that is definitely, I feel, a very to the point necessity. It needs to be spoke of. And start off with a question. How do you know when you're getting closer to God? How do you know that you know that you know that you're getting closer to God? Well, in my own personal life, I'd like to give a testimony on this. And it starts with when I look at people who have tried to run afoul to me, no matter how shallow or how deep the wound it left. And vice versa. Anyone I may have hurt, let down, and things like that. But let's go back to you and your walk with God. Achieving that level of closeness with Christ, the Holy Spirit, is the great portal through the spirit of discernment. And fit this on for size. So imagine you're in a situation where somebody did you wrong. First, you try not to take it wrong. That's the first step in the right direction. Second step is, what did I do to maybe have caused this to happen? Did I have a hand in this? So accountability is a great thing to always be practicing. And then, once you see it for what it is, first thoughts in our sinful nature is, oh, okay, you just wait. You just wait. I'm going to get you back. That's very normal for a lot of people. And we're talking about even new believers all the way back. And so imagine, digging into the Bible and learning and pushing, asking the Holy Spirit to make what you're reading application for your life. So go back to that same situation where you know for sure that you know that somebody had it out for you, or wanted to bring you to their level, or they wanted to harm you, hurt your reputation, whatever it may be, or deny you something or whatever. So speaking on that, when you can get past the point because of the application you've put in your life through the Word, to where you can see things with more biblical eyes, and you are at the point where you start coming into a season where you see things for what they are, and God helps you get out of your own path, because it wasn't your path to begin with. And you can't be responsible for somebody else's sourness or saltiness or distance or intentions. Then what falls in place? God teaches us to what? Pray for our enemies. Because if they're not for you and they're not your biggest cheerleader, they're not there to help support you and push you on into greatness, then they're not in it for you, which means they're not in it for God, which means they have no self-respect to begin with. So back to it. When you can finally apply that and pray for your enemies. You may live with your enemy. You may work with your enemy. You may have an enemy in your family and in your camp. But know what? God is always there, in the spirit of discernment, to help you open your eyes, open your heart to that level of forgiveness that doesn't have to be asked for. And we're required to ask for forgiveness in specific, not a blanket apology, before you can come to the throne, to the mercy seat. But can you imagine being in a place where, to keep your peace, you're offering that forgiveness, whether it's out loud to that person, which is usually a tricky place to be in, because it can backfire on you with the person who wronged you. But definitely, when you get to that point, Then you grow into a new season. Do you want to know what that is? That season is when you turn around and you are now not forgiving that person. You're praying for your enemy. You're being obedient to God. The Holy Spirit brings you into a whole new season, and it's beautiful. And what that is that you turn around and during all the same situations, same scenarios, you are now praying blessings for your enemy. And you feel sorry for them because they don't get it. They don't see it. Not what they're doing to you, what they're doing to themselves, and how they're distancing themselves from God, and how God's punishment is way worse than if you just take and eat your own humble pie through accountability. Apologize, redirect your steps, try not to make those mistakes again, and make it right. And if you can't make those efforts to make it right, you got a lot of work to do. But on the other hand, if you're in that area where you can turn around and not just see things for what they are, give it to God, pray for that person, pray blessings over their lives, to the point where you do this next step. You pray for God to make himself real in their lives. And if it's to use you in your suffering, that's when God looks down on you and says, I am proud, my loving and faithful servant, my son or daughter. And that's where I choose to stay. That's where I choose to remain consciously. And I still make mistakes. And that's my level of accountability to everybody out there in this world. Hopefully this helps somebody today and brings you closer to Christ, so you have a better quality of life for kingdom's work. And that's the flex.